What's up, guys? This is Chef. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Riding Free. This channel is all about motorcycle content and the ability to be out here enjoying riding on my Harley Davidson motorcycle and the freedom to be able to do that. This YouTube channel is literally going to be about moto vlogging first. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I figured I would give it a try, take it a chance, in doing this, see what happens. But we're gonna moto vlog, talk about a lot of different things, specifically riding these beautiful country roads here in Georgia. And we're gonna do product reviews, some motorcycle reviews. We will end up doing some interviews with other people who are in the industry and just have some fun. Talk about motorcycle modifications, and really the whole thing is just going to be about enjoying motorcycling in general and enjoying doing things to your specific motorcycle. We'll definitely have a segment coming up about what kind of gear and equipment is the best, and you'll have to stay tuned for video number 2 for that. But hopefully you like what you see. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe button to get this channel up and off the ground. I will be completely honest in the fact that I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I've done a little bit of research and watched a bunch of things, and I'm just literally at the point where I'm going to take a chance and chase a small dream and being able to have a different level of fun while riding my motorcycle, and hopefully inspire some of you to get out and ride a motorcycle and have some fun of your own as well. At some point during the course of this channel, you'll definitely hear things about me, and at some point you will probably meet everybody in the Chef family. Hopefully you find that information at least a little bit helpful to know who you're watching while you're watching. So I want to talk about why I got into riding. Think about why you started riding, because everybody has a reason they decided to throw a leg over a motorcycle and go for a ride. Now for me, I worked in public safety. I had a paramedic partner of mine, and his dad, his mom, his brother, and him all rode motorcycles. Coincidentally, Harley Davidson motorcycles. And Nick's dad, George, pretty big, typical hairy biker guy, and lived in Michigan at the time. And that guy would ride all year round. I mean, there were days where it is brutal cold and that man is out on the Harley. But I thought it was interesting that the whole family rides, and obviously there must be something awesome about riding motorcycles and riding with your family, because obviously they do it. I ended up buying a motorcycle, which I really didn't know how to ride. I rode dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff as a kid. I'd driven a manual transmission vehicle before, so I knew the concept of shifting, but I really didn't know anything about riding a motorcycle. But I ended up going and buying a Honda Shadow 600 with silver. I hate silver, but I bought it because it was the only motorcycle that the dealership had. It was in my price range at the time, and in convincing my wife to let me take up riding when we had a very young family at the time, I didn't want to push the issue. So I bought the Honda. I had my brother-in-law at the time trailer of the motorcycle back up to my house. We stopped at the school parking lot and I went for a ride, and basically did some simple basic stuff in the parking lot. I said, cool, I can ride. But I ended up taking Ride Academy. That was the best. $25. Yes, I said $25. In Michigan, that was done at the community college. That's what they charged at the time. This was almost 20 years ago. So it was the best money I've spent on riding so far, because I learned a lot. I learned how to ride in the rain, because it rained all weekend long. But I took Ride Academy, I passed, got my license, got out riding. And, you know, I rode that Honda, but it wasn't a Harley. What I wanted to experience in riding wasn't where I really wanted it to be. I put an exhaust on it, rejigged the car, but put a different seat on it, a windshield, and I used to ride it back and forth to work, so I put saddlebags on it, made it fit what I needed it to do. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a Harley. So I actually started looking at getting a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. And I worked it out with the dealership, and I got the dealership to set things up. I was trading in my Honda Shadow that I had had for maybe 7 or 8 months. Put a couple thousand miles on it, but it served its purpose. And I got the dealership to get everything set. So I went to pick the motorcycle up, and I bought a 2005 Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic electric line. It was fantastic. Vivid black, chrome, had the tour pack, so I had lots of space to take things back and forth to work with me, and it had music, which was awesome. It was so long ago, I remember once I got home with the motorcycle, I had to burn a CD, so I had to have, you know, some music on there. So when I left the dealership, ironically, I had never sat on my motorcycle. I just kind of knew this is what I wanted. This is what, you know, my friends had. This is what people were riding. This is the quintessential Harley-Davidson, and that's what I wanted. So I left the dealership, and not sitting on the motorcycle and being fit for it was concerned, because when I got to my first stop sign, I was wondering what the hell I was doing, because the motorcycle was too tall. I was on my tippy toes, and it was very heavy. But I very quickly learned that Harley-Davidson motorcycles are very easily modifiable, and you can change things about them to modify it to fit your needs. So I did. I ended up getting some lowering shocks for the rear and purchased a reach seat, which made things much better. 2010 Ultra Classic. I love that bike. I had done a lot of things to that bike and really made that bike mine. That specific motorcycle, the 10, at the time Harley Davidson didn't make black motorcycle parts, so I thought it would be an outstanding idea to tear my motorcycle down with the exception of the engine and powder coated all of the cosmetic components black, which turned out great. And then of course Harley started making black motorcycle parts, which would have been easier, but that afforded me the opportunity to really learn my motorcycle, and I had no idea what I was doing other than taking off some bolts and, you know, taking a principle from my grandfather who would just tear something down and rebuild it, and I did the same thing. So it was cool in that aspect that I got to learn my motorcycle a lot. I ended up trading that motorcycle in 2021, and I bought myself my first Road Glide, all black motor. It was beautiful, my dream bike. And of course I had the brilliant idea last November to trade my car and the motorcycle in and get a full-size truck, which I did, and I like my truck, but I was an idiot for trading my dream motorcycle in for a truck. So a couple months later I ended up completely pissing Mrs. Chef off and ended up buying this 2016 Road Glide Special that we got in at work as a trade, and I couldn't beat the deal, so I bought it. I love the twin cam engine, so this was the last year with the high output, so I bought another bike and have been super happy with it so far. Runs like a champ. I've done a bunch of different things to it, which I will go over at some point with y'all and show you what I've done, things that I like that I've done to my motorcycle, because it's mine. The whole point is, you know, why did you get into riding? What makes you want to continue to ride? And what do you get out of riding as your enjoyment or your therapy session? Because if you don't think motorcycles are therapeutic, you are completely wrong. Motorcycles make people feel better, puts people in a better mood. You certainly never see motorcycles in a psychiatrist's office. So people love to ride. Some people, I think motorcycles save their lives, because think about like war veterans with PTSD. Motorcycling is an outlet, and it becomes therapeutic for them to let all that crap that's in their head get blown away and fly in the wind, so it's no longer in there. So motorcycles definitely help, and that's one of the things that keeps me riding, is I always feel better when I ride a motorcycle. I could feel really tired and exhausted in the morning when I get up to go to work, but I ride to work and I feel rejuvenated and better because I have all those endorphins from riding my motorcycle. So list down below in the comment section, what makes you guys ride? What do you think got you into riding, and what makes you continue to ride? But everybody has a reason, whatever that reason may be, but I'd be interested to hear. So guys, while you are out there enjoying yourselves on motorcycles or whatever it is that you do, please take an opportunity to thank those that allow us to be out riding free, because if it wasn't for them, we certainly couldn't enjoy it. And until next time, thanks for stopping by. Be safe.